All right. Good morning, team. I'm glad to have you on this week's weekly word of encouragement. I want to say thank you so much for your hard work this past Sunday. I don't know what practice looked like for you midweek, but hopefully, by how it sounded Sunday, I think you guys at least listened to the songs before Sunday, so we were ready to go. And I think all things considered, because we had no rehearsal on Thursday night, things went really well. So I want to thank you for that. I want to thank you for again your service to the church and your talents and using those talents to glorify God. And so thank each and every one of you for just the time that you take out of your week to do what you do. So my word of encouragement this week comes from 2 Corinthians 10:12 through 13. It says in the NLT, it says, "Oh, don't worry. We wouldn't dare say that we are so wonderful as these other men who tell you how important they are, but they are only comparing themselves with each other, using themselves as the standard of measurement. How ignorant. We will not boast about things done outside our area of authority. We will boast only about what has happened within the boundaries of the work God has given us, which includes our working with you." Um, one of the things that I hear so often is that comparison is the thief of joy, and so I just want to encourage you. I think sometimes we feel like we're frustrated with where we are at in our faith journey, and you have to recognize that you are most likely exactly where God intends for you to be in your faith journey, even if you feel like you don't understand everything. We're each traveling on a unique path, and that may look different for others. The way that we practice our faith, as far as what the Bible tells us, doesn't look different compared to others, but um, how far along we are, our level of understanding, all of those things just come with time. So don't beat yourself up if you're not far along in your faith, or you're not understanding everything that's happening in your life right now. Don't compare your life to others. um, God has given a unique plan for your life. He's laid it out for you, and if you'll just continually surrender to yourself daily, He will make that path straight, and He will teach you to follow Him. So, with that said, don't compare yourself to others. Live your life and walk your own journey, and allow others to maybe be a guide for you. But beyond that, I wanted to just reiterate some of the things that we value here at Eastview. If I were to ask you what's Eastview all about, or if somebody was going to ask you if you had invited them to Eastview, they would ask you what's Eastview about? What makes Eastview unique? Can you tell me a little bit about that? Would you be able to answer that question? Would you be able to honestly notice some of the things that we do here that are different from what other churches are doing, right? And so I think for me, one of those things that stands out is our values. And we hold our values pretty high. We think they're very important, and so these are the five things that we value here at Eastview. We value the church, the word, relationships, worship, and second chances. And I think it's that last one that is particularly unique to Eastview. The fact that we kind of have a culture of some down and outers, people who may be a little rough around the edges, but those people are, of course, still welcome here at Eastview, and given the opportunity to worship with the rest of us. So um, those are some of the things that we value here at Eastview, and if you want to know more about those, you can come talk to me about it, or we can have a discussion about it at worship practice. That probably be good. But yeah. Um, One thing to keep on your radar is that we are all going to be helping in some way with the concert at the beginning of September, the 100-year celebration. So just be ready for that. We are going to be the unload and load up crew. That's what the worship arts team is handling. So as long as you don't have any major like back issues or things like that, you need to be able to lift roughly 50 pounds or so. But um, could definitely use all the help that we can get for that. And I will go back and double check the time that we'll need to be here at the church for that. But I think it's pretty early in the morning on Saturday. So just plan on helping with that if you're available. We need all the help that we're gonna that we can get. So all right, guys. I will. I've got the plan out for this Sunday, so we're opening with the plans, which is a new song, and we actually I'm kind of including two new songs this week. One of them is the last song, so I think that's going to go well. But the plans was what we ended up service with as people were walking out. What a beautiful name! We should all be very familiar with that one. And then promises to end. Um, that may change, so just be aware of that. And yeah, this week this series we're talking about generosity. We're talking about tithing and giving our offerings. Let's make sure that we are being financially good stewards for the Lord. Make sure that you're giving of your tithe and giving of an offering, even if times are tight right now. We recognize that all of our finances are a result of God's providence in our life, and so I'd encourage you to just give generously, to obey what God tells us to do, which is to give of our tithe. So, with that being said, guys, I hope you have a good rest of your week. We will see you on Thursday night. All right, bye.